I've been told I have a loud voice by my wife, so I hope this microphone doesn't make you deaf. All right, so today I'm going to be talking to you about a fairly recent development at KAUST, the launch of the KAUST Center of Excellence for Generative AI officially as of September. I am the chair of that Center of Excellence, and consider this a info session about what we are doing, what we plan to do, and also an opportunity for those partners in the room to come talk to us, use cases, work with us, collaborate with us, and also fund some of the programs that we have in mind. So, just to start out, okay, I know this is maybe a little bit of selfless bragging, but I think it's kind of needed to tell you where the Center of Excellence came from. We haven't started working and researching GenAI. We've been doing it for the last 10 years, actually, AI in general and GenAI as it's known now. So we were doing GenAI before, actually, it had that nice name. So if in terms of looking at the overall ranking of multiple subfields of AI, as well as particular subfields, let's say visual computing, you see that we are literally putting the country on the map when it comes to top tier publications over the last 10 years. So this is not a recent development. So, and this is our ranking in visual computing specifically, where we go up the list because we have a kind of a concentration of faculty working in this era because of the Visual Computing Center that was running at KAUST. We will capitalize on this research excellence to put forth a very ambitious research agenda for the next 5 years for the Center of Excellence for GenAI. So you see 4 outer pillars that are exactly in alignment with the RDA pillars because we see quite a bit of applications in each of these 4 pillars. But at the center, there's going to be a GenAI factory. This factory, its goal is to tackle the remaining, many of them, there's many remaining technical challenges still for the next generation of GenAI tools, be it reliability, safety, multimodality, efficiency, and the list goes on and on. The outputs of this GenAI factory, models, training, practices, theory, will be specialized and customized by domain experts in the 4 RDA pillars that we have actually at KAUST. So we will be leveraging our expertise in AI as well as our the expertise in the 4 RDA pillars at KAUST. Of course, in the outer loop, we need awareness, we need to deploy, we need to unlock the potential impact that the GenAI tools that we research have. This is why we will partner with entities locally and abroad to enact that impact, to train and upskill as many people as possible as GenAI practitioners as well as experts, and general outreach to make people aware of what GenAI is and how it could affect their own organization and their own productivity. We will do this, of course, in alignment with our AI pillar priorities as well as with our many, many partners. So here is the list so far. We have 27 faculty across all 3 divisions at KAUST. The domain experts in the different RDA pillars are not necessarily from computer science or ECE, they're actually from chemical engineering and other fields. We are a cross-cutting center, we cross all 3 divisions and many, many of the programs at KAUST. And we're looking to onboard even more and more faculty as we grow. So just to hone in a little bit to give you some details of what we mean by the GenAI factory, there are a lot of technical challenges, research challenges still in the current tools that you may be using nowadays. Despite what the companies that are pushing these tools say, there's many, many things that can be worked on. And of course, multimodality, how do you incorporate language, vision, video, audio, and structured data all together in an efficient, effective way. Inference, so efficient inference as well as training. Again, we don't mean by that just cutting down the time needed to train a model and deploy it, but also data efficiency. Do you need all the data that that companies are training on to actually get to the same result. No human, I think, here has gone through all of the internet, right? I'm sure none of you have gone through every single website on the internet. However, many of the models that we see online right now are trained on all of the internet. So why is it that we need to go down that route as opposed to being more data efficient? This is just one kind of big research problem that could, if and when solved, could lead to huge impact in how Gen AI models are trained as well as inferred. Of course, we're going to take a step from Gen AI towards AGI, general intelligence, agentic multi-agent systems, as well as other topics are going to be researched. Again, a step towards AGI. We're not going to make big claims as other maybe institutions and entities are, but there will be a step towards that so that the Gen AI tools that are available right now can actually start learning more on their own. But of course, one very important topic, and it could and I expect it to have a lot of commercial interest, is on the safety of these Gen AI tools, right? So, and by safety, I don't mean just data privacy and so forth, but also hallucinations and lots of issues that could happen within these Gen AI tools that you have. For example, model hijacking, as well as other nefarious things that could be done with these Gen AI tools, things that you might not be aware of, but they could definitely happen. So if you're an organization that you're building your own LLM, for example, be very wary of how this tool will be used. There might be adversaries out there that are trying to, get to the data, for example, or the private data that this tool was actually trained on. And we've been doing quite a bit of research on this topic over the last several years. So these are just some main topics. I forgot the first one, the open weights Arabic LLM. We're not necessarily looking to put out a model that competes with any other model or give it a flashy name. The purpose here is that we go through the whole LLM pipeline of how to train things from scratch. That skill set doesn't exist much in the world, actually. This is why the big companies are actually hiring whoever has those skills. We want to try to hit on all the elements of that pipeline and have a capacity building effort so that all the elements in the pipeline are known and people can learn about how to do it so that they can maybe do it themselves at scale. Okay, that's the purpose of the first topic. As we go down the list, I mean, these, like I said, these models and practices that are general purpose, they could be customized and specialized by domain experts to enact impact in the particular domain. So for example, health and wellness, these are just two examples. We build foundation models not only on general language, but on data coming from the healthcare sector. It's by design multimodal. So imagine like a foundation model for MRI, CT scans, X-rays, as well as medical reports, structured data, and so forth. Then we'll use those foundation models for various set of use cases, one of them being drug design. Again, this is just a snapshot of what we envision. Of course, as we onboard more and more partners with interesting use cases, this list will definitely grow. On the sustainability side, again, foundation models on remote sensing data, Earth observation data to monitor agriculture, water usage, and so forth. Also, foundation models on chemical molecules, graphs especially, to be able to enable things like discovery of new materials that can, for example, sequester CO2 directly from air. This is something of great interest to some of our partners, and we have ongoing efforts actually on this. So this is not just futuristic thinking. It is definitely, we're working on it as we speak. Of course, also there's Gen AI tools to allow for the monitoring of underwater data, reefscape especially, and this ties into KAUST's initiative towards building the biggest coral reef regeneration effort in Shusha Island. On the energy side, obviously, we can build foundation models on chemistry, catalysts, and so forth for the purpose of chemical reaction optimization, as well as discovery and synthesis of new materials. One exciting point here is that we really want to enable the lab of the future. This is what we call it. At KAUST, we were fortunate enough to have a automated robotic chemistry lab. So a lab where a chemist comes in and types in the chemical reaction that they want, under which conditions. They type it into a computer, okay? Click enter. It could be a set of those experiments, not necessarily just one. And then the robotic lab will actually implement these chemical reactions and then measure the outputs at the very end. So that's a machine that's great to have. We're fortunate to have the resources to actually acquire such a machine, but wouldn't it be nice if an AI chemist that was trained on simulated chemistry data, for now on regular HPC, not quantum necessarily, but an AI chemist that could actually run this lab for the purposes of optimizing particular rewards. For example, higher throughput, lower cost, you name it. I mean, this will come from domain experts. You could try to guide the AI chemist to try to maximize that reward. And of course, this is an AI chemist. It doesn't sleep. The robotic lab could run 24/7. So imagine the impact that you could have in optimizing and discovering new material at rates that blow away anything that we could do manually. Okay, this is an exciting development at KAUST, and we really push forward on this. And of course, preventive and predictive maintenance for the purposes of industrial purposes. On the economies of the future side, one important topic here is what we're calling organizational GPT. So this is like a GPT for organizations. It doesn't just mean, oh, we'll build a RAG-based LLM on your data and that's it. No, it's about how to keep it safe, reliable, efficient, trustworthy in the general sense of the word, so that it could be used safely within your organization and by your own employees, as well as if you want to open source it to the public, taking that into account. So something that organizations can actually use in a way that you don't need to be an expert really to put it together. So this is something very important for us. Another interesting thing on the education side, because we see this as a big part of capacity building, tutoring. So we are putting together I think one of the first AI tutor in Arabic. We will be focusing on mathematics in the beginning and then covering all the STEM areas. In fact, this AI tutor was demoed at the Global AI Summit in September at the Sadaya booth. This is work in conjunction with our partners at Sadaya, and we look forward to pushing that forward. Keep in mind, the tutor shouldn't give you the answer. That defeats the purpose of a tutor. It should teach you how to solve questions yourself, right? So it teaches you reasoning. It's going to be in Arabic and tailored to the Saudi curriculum, first in mathematics and expanding it further. Imagine how this would impact students that don't have access to human tutors everywhere in the kingdom and in the Arab world, right? So this could have significant impact for everyone. Of course, the entertainment industry, the sports industry in Saudi Arabia is booming, and we will tailor the GenAI research that we've been doing in generating nice-looking images and videos and 3D, 4D content towards those particular application fields. In terms of the outer loop about outreach and deployment and training, we are building a platform internally so that people can make use, anybody, a non-expert, can make use of these models that are being trained. In the back end, they can build their own GPT really quickly without needing to know anything about AI and start using it really quickly. So this allows for awareness and accessibility to all, at least first within campus, and maybe we're thinking about expanding it beyond KAUST. Of course, we will be undertaking, in conjunction with the KAUST Academy, specialized GenAI training to organizations and to the general public. We'll have residency programs with our partners where their employees and engineers can work side by side with our researchers, embed them in research and the research environment, have knowledge transfer. They get an idea of how research actually is pushed forward. We get an idea of what kind of use cases really matter and the impact that can be had with these partners. So it's a win-win situation for both. And of course, regular engagement and outreach like this event right here. Having said that, I want to emphasize how important partnership is for us. We have a very ambitious agenda, but we can't do it alone. And this is an open call to everybody in the room and beyond. If you know somebody who knows somebody who is interested in kind of pushing forward the future of Gen AI in the kingdom and beyond, I'm sure we can find a way to work together in various ways. These are just snapshots of what partnerships we recently had at the Global AI Summit. With SCC, a great partner of ours, as well as, of course, there's Sadeh, Aramco, and all those. I'm not showing them over here, but these are kind of the most recent ones that have nice tweets. So there's also AIM, which is under NTDP, the AI Mission Initiative, where the center will play a big role in applied R&D. So open call to all of those who are interested in Gen AI, unlocking its real potential in the kingdom and beyond. Thank you for the time. Thank you for RDIA to giving me this opportunity. It's like as I said, it's an info session as well as an open call. Thank you so much.